Hi, we're Ralph and Lahni D'Amicus, and we've been astrologers since about 1972. So do the math. When we met in 1994, we combined our efforts as professional astrologers into this sort of larger consulting format with the two of us, which gives us a he said, she said quality. But more importantly, for our clients all over the world, we get to bring two perspectives to any charts that we analyze. And depending on what the issues of our client is, we could be using 10, 12 different types of charts because we work in several different areas of expertise in astrology.
Right. Because we use, of course, the basic astrological chart, but we do a great deal with location astrology. So we use astrocartography, we use directional charts, and because we have written a great deal on feng shui and geomancy, we are always looking at these features because where you are matters.
And you know that we practice what we preach because we moved ourselves from Philadelphia and his Pluto line to California.
And my Sun IC line, yes, which changed my life in many, many ways beneficially. And then we also are unique, I think, in that we tag team consult. We both consult with the client. And we've done this really from the beginning, which is funny. It's just the way we're so comfortable. And then
we lecture that way too.
We tag team lecture. And we're very comfortable with that. But it is very helpful because when you're consulting with a person and you have your particular chart and you're looking at their chart through the filter of your chart, there's no way you really get around that. You might minimize it. And really one of the things astrologers learn over time is how to minimize
their own chart.
Their own chart. But when you have two people, well, now you can triangulate. And there's times when I'm just looking at the chart and Lahni's talking, and then I'm composing what I've noticed, and then I start talking, and then Lahni's looking at the chart. So we really get these two different parts because, all of us have duality. All of us have two parts to our personality. And I think as a team, we're very good at addressing that in a person's chart and in looking for solutions for them.
Well, and it's interesting, going back to how you bring your own chart to any kind of analysis or reading. You can't really eliminate it. So I have certain things that I look for, or more importantly, they look at me because they pop out of the chart because it's something that I'm either familiar with or curious about. I mean, we've done research projects in the past that make us sensitive to certain configurations in the chart. And as we blend those talents together, we pack a lot of information in the recording that our clients receive. And they're so happy that they receive the recording because it's, by the time an hour is done, they're at information overload. And we say to them, please review that recording several times. And they invariably get back to us and say, I never heard you say that before, but I was listening to it for the fourth time, and there it was.
There it was. And sometimes, I always say, it takes you 7 times through a recording before you figure you've gotten all of it. But 7 times, you might have to space that out. And oftentimes we will say to people, after you listen to the recording several times, if something's not clear, contact us. Send us an email, and we'll clarify it. But make sure you listen to it first because we are pouring a lot of information out in that 1 hour that we're working with the client.
And normally, while the astrologer would be taking a breath, in our case, the other one fills in.
Yes.
And very often, if I see something stand out that has to do with numerology, I would just throw that extra observation in as well. In fact, sometimes we just consult in numerology because numerology can be so powerful on its own. But when it's combined with the astrological, it really is very insightful.
And what's very helpful is many times people will say, well, what about my spouse? What about my sibling? What about my child? And we need to quickly create a new chart for them. Well, normally an astrologer would just sit there and you would wait. Well, one of us goes and creates the chart while the other one keeps going on with the consultation. And it really maximizes the efficiency of our time because of that.
To say nothing of the fact that if we've got 12 charts running here and you're talking,
Right.
I'm feeding you the chart that you need when you need it
Yes.
because I've got time to ruffle through the paper. So it just makes it very efficient, which just goes to show you how much Virgo we have between us in our chart. Him with 3 planets in Virgo, and my only Virgo is Mars. So
Yes.
we put it to good use to help our clients.
And in fact, that is one other feature. You tend to find that people come to you who have things in common with you. Astrologers all know this. People
Yeah.
come to you because of there's some similarity in their chart. Well, what's funny, sometimes I'll look at a chart and I say, I don't get this. And Lahni will look at it and, oh, she gets it completely. Because it really resonates more with her chart and vice versa.
That often happens with our portraits. I'll suggest someone for a portrait to be featured in a portrait. And Ralph said, I'm just not getting a handle on this chart. Well, since I'm the one that suggested it,
Right.
I probably have a better handle on it than
She has a connection to it that I don't have, and vice versa. So that's pretty much how we consult. Now, I do have to say that for years, we've consulted in person a great deal, but we've also consulted long distance much, much more. For years, we did everything by phone, but we have to say that the new technology, the shift.
I have Palace in Aquarius. I love the new technology. We were over the moon when we started to use FaceTime and Duo. But now with Zoom, we can actually integrate more people into the consultation, and and make a recording of it right there with the video. And, it's really nice. So, we pack a lot into an hour.
Being able to see the person's face and seeing how they're reacting, and understand when are they getting it, when are they not getting it, is a big factor. Because it doesn't matter what you say if the person doesn't get it.
And time zones can be tricky, but we do our best.
We do our best. After all, astrologers are masters of time.
And space.
And space.
Come visit us at spaceandtime.com.
Thanks so much.